Darn, I was actually gonna go to bed, but look at this game calling me back even more. And if I weren't going to go to bed, it would have been a smart idea to actually record Queen at Arms, because this is a future video that you will see in the far, far future. But I'm actually recording it in the summer vacation, so yeah. Hello, future subscribers. Are you doing good? This is Hakuouki, Demon of the Fleeting Blossom, Part 9. I don't know why I'm still here. I don't know. I just want to play this game. What do you say of using Saturn's Fury Corpse, then? Hijikata frowned. The Fury Corpse. You think it's that a bad idea? Hijikata chose his words carefully, his face grim. They work hard enough, but they tend to get a little excited. Whatever we give them to do, they end up slaughtering the other side. That's not enough for them, though. They go back and hack the corpses to bits. Most of the time, they're not even recognizable. Maybe they're doing it to try and hide the Shinsengumi's hand, but they're going too far. They're not just a pack of murderers. I told them to knock it off, but they won't listen. They just want to play with their corpses. They keep this up, and we're no better than those night cutters. I felt a shiver shake down my spine as he spoke. Even more than a year ago, I still remembered with terrifying clarity what I'd seen when I first arrived in Kyoto. The Furies. They'd behaved as if possessed by evil spirits, their swords hacking away mercilessly at men already dead. It hadn't been hatred or fear that drove them, but some sort of twisted amusement. I didn't think I'd ever forget the half-mad smiles each had worn. I've got a few other ideas. Good. I'll leave the details to you then, Toshi. Yes. Have you heard of the Lord Yoshinobu Hitsuhashi, the old guardian of the Shogun? Yes, what about him? I've heard a couple of people say he's like Ieyasu's reborn. I don't know about that, but I do hear he's pretty sharp. Before long they started to discuss politics. I couldn't begin to understand, and I politely excused myself. I thought back on what Hijikata had said. It was true that Sanan had been acting strange, and the Fury Corps was getting more and more violent. There was a lot on my mind, but what worried me the most was... I don't know? Oh my god, this is a hard one. Okay, so because of the anime sources, I'm gonna choose this option. Because I've been thinking long and hard, and because I know things from the anime that happens, then I kinda know what I need to think about. Yeah. Just as Hijikata had predicted, the Shinsengumi received an official request to guard the notice board of the Sanjo Ohashi Bridge. As it turned out, the vandals were 8 men from the Tosa domain. Harada and his division were well prepared and captured them when they attacked. Harada was given a reward by the Aizu for his service, and he took the rest of the captains to Shimabara to celebrate. I had remained at the temple to eat my dinner alone, but my heart felt like a lead weight in my chest, and it chased away any appetite I might have had. What's going to happen to the Shinsengumi and the Fury Corps? Almost as on cue, the door slid open and Sanan stepped through. Oh, hello, Sanan. Can I help you? I scarcely opened my mouth when Sanan began to speak. The water of life is amazing. The Furies we created are a complete success. Only short-sighted fools would call it a failure. They lack a proper understanding of what we've done. With this, we have nothing to fear. Not Tosa, not Choshu, not anyone. You're acting weird, Sanan. You agree, don't you, Yukimura? You're acting really weird. Sanan's face looked wrong, somehow. This wasn't the man I knew. His eyes glittered with something strange and frightening. It looked unpleasantly like madness. He'd been acting oddly lately, but it was different from when he'd lost the use of his arms. This was more threatening, somehow, and It felt as if it was rapidly spiraling out of control. Say something. You don't agree with those fools, do you? They don't understand. His hands wrapped around my wrist with fingers like steel cables and hold my arm on my arm, trying to pull my face up to look into his. I pulled against his grip, but he was far too strong for me to overcome. Please, stop! The horrible twitching madness in his eyes was too much for me, and I screamed. What are you grabbing her for, Simon? That's not how you impress a lady. See, she's terrified. Okita flashed a grin, but his hand on Sanon's arm didn't waver. Behind him I could see Saito and Heisuke. Oh, I got caught up in the moment. I lost control. I apologized. On the other side of his glasses, Sanon's eyes had returned to normal. The glint of madness was gone. It's good to see you back. You're a little earlier than I expected, though. Sana's gonna be drinking till morning if Shin has anything to say about it. I didn't think I could handle that much, so I left with his pair of sticks in the mud. It's only the three of you, then? Heisuke grinned. Hichigata caught eye of the lady at the sumi called Kimigiku. She sat next to him the whole night. Being the commander of the Shinsengumi doesn't stop him from getting all the ladies. Kimigiku? Yeah, she was real pretty. Actually, I'm a little worried Sano might not have enough to pay for her. I see. One of Kyoto's Orion, then. She was probably just as beautiful as Heisuke said. They must have made a beautiful couple. I gazed down at myself, small, plain, and dressed like a boy. Suddenly I felt very sad. Something's wrong. You look unhappy. Oh, no, it's nothing. I did my best to give him a convincing smile. I imagine you're tired. Perhaps you should leave. His last words were directed at Stan, who shrugged and sighed. Yes, I suppose so. We'll talk another time, then. You should get some rest, Chisuke. He's so sweet. I'm sorry. He's so sweet. I love you. Saito. He's so, he's supposed to be this really cold character, but he worries so much for her, and he just always protects her and always takes her part of it, and always does what's right for her, and I just, you think he just fit into that cold stereotype, but he's just so warm. And this is the cat, even if people say, oh, but he's so cold and quiet, it's this is the kind of person you should spend your life with. Man, okay, I'm done. I will, thank you. And I meant it. Senon had called down, but I had no wish to be around him just any longer than I had to. Okita stopped at the door just as Senon was leaving. Senon, this water of light stuff, does it cure diseases and things too? Of course. I was a normal human being before, but I have been reborn into something completely different. I'm sure it could cure even so-called incurable diseases. Huh. They started walking again. I can hear them as they move down the hall, still talking. I think we'll leave Sanan to Soji for now. He watched them leave, his always unreadable face stern and of course unreadable. He remained for a few moments before leaving himself. Heisuke had stayed, silent during their exodus. When he finally spoke, his voice was sad. Sanon's different. Even the captains who'd been with the Shinsengumi since Edo was beginning to grow suspicious of Sanon. Heisuke was quiet for a few moments. I was starting to feel as if he was avoiding my gaze when he finally spoke. He told me that when Harada and his men had been attacked at Sanjo Osashi, one of them had seen one of them who looked a lot like me. This strange person had tried to impede the Shinsengumi and sided with the vandals from the Tosa domain. I hadn't left the temple, of course, and even if I had been at Sanjo Otashi, I would have never tried to get in the Shinsengumi's way. But if it wasn't me, then who? What could it mean? Heisuke's news only fed the anxiety that it slowly had been building within me. It was near year's end, and I was outside in the cold weather, sweeping the compound. Phew, well that should do it. I wanted to help out as much as I could, but since they refused to let me without an escort, there wasn't a great deal I could do. Still, I I'd helped to make our home clean and that felt good. Hopefully they'd like it too. Cleaning, I see. You're certainly hard at work. Oh, hello, Kando. It's really gotten cold lately, hasn't it? Yes, it has indeed. I've been in Kyoto for a while, but I still can't get used to the weather. He rubbed his hands together and blew on them, and in a mostly vain attempt to warm them up. I picked up a bunch of dead leaves, so I was thinking about roasting potatoes later. Would you like some? They'll warm you up. Kando gave me a little wry smile. Roasted potatoes, huh? I used to enjoy that a long time ago. Oh, I flushed with embarrassment. Kando was a busy man. Management of the Shinsengumi was not easy. A man like that didn't have time for roasting potatoes. You've been really busy lately. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Alright. Well, if I'm busy, then that means the Shinsengumi is needed. It's an honor. True. In the last several weeks, Kando and Hijikata had left the temple often to go meet with important shogunate officials. They probably scarcely had time to breathe, let alone relax. At that moment, it's almost as if my thoughts had summoned him, Hijikata appeared. There you are, Kando. Oh, Toshi. Where were you? I was looking for you. They've chosen the next shogun. It's going to be Lord, oh my god, the name, Yoshinobu Hitotsubashi. Hijikata's brow furrowed to what I wouldn't have hesitated to describe as a glower. Him, huh? Well, let's hope he lives up to the rumors. Must you find a dark side to everything? Who's that lord? I have only a vague memory that he was the commander of blah. They say he's very intelligent, some even going as far as to call him the second coming of Lord Ieyasu. He glanced over at Hijikata, perhaps looking for corroboration. He found none. At any rate, he has a quick mind, and the Emperor trusts him. How could he be a poor choice? There was a certain pride in Kando's voice, almost as if he was talking about a friend or a brother. If what he said was true, though, then perhaps the shogun would be able to unite the shogunate and the imperial court and overcome the crisis that was destroying our nation. Alright, he's smart, I'll give him that. Then what's the problem? Forget it. Doesn't really matter who the shogun is to us anyway. We're just here to fight for him. He kept his tone carefully light, perhaps in an attempt to sway Hijikata, but to no avail. Only 20 days after the Lord had been officially inaugurated as the new shogun, the Emperor passed away. It was especially hard on the Emperor's younger sister, Kazunomiya, who had been married to Lord Limochi and intended to be a symbol of imperial unification, but everyone on both sides was shocked by his death. He was succeeded by the imperial prince, a young boy of only 15 years. In the turmoil of the activities of the Choshu domain went uninvestigated, the entire country of Japan found itself thrust into rapid motion. Well, that sucks. Oh, chapter 3! That's Saito. Oh, that's Saito. I remember that. That was a really sad scene, oh god. The seasons changed and spring came. Kyoto was filled with the cherry blossoms, and the whole city took on a festive atmosphere. Surrounded by the gentle cheer of spring, my footsteps felt somehow lighter. Okita watched me prance with a crooked smile. You don't need to hurry, you aren't going anywhere in particular. Just think of it as a nice relaxing walk. Okay, I'll be careful. It seemed to me it was dangerous for a captain of the Shinsengumi to think that when he was out on patrol, but I didn't dare to say anything to Okita. Nobody dares to say anything to Okita. Then again, things have been pretty quiet lately. Perhaps he was right. No, I told myself I had to focus. Now was not the time for the place for high spirits. Nearby, I noticed a few running who slunk off to the side of the streets at the first glimpse of the Shinsengumi. How suspicious. Why run away unless they were guilty of something? I stared after them intently and must have looked as if I was about to give chase because Okita gave a bark of laughter. Don't waste your energy on them. They're small potatoes. Really? Alright. Alright. If they were churchy guys, then they wouldn't just run off like that. They'd be more confident. The guys who take off like that when we show up are almost just small time punks. I see. I didn't. They're probably guilty of something. Maybe some minor crime, but the blues scare off a lot of people these days. The uniform's gotten pretty famous around Kyoto, hasn't it? Well, could be infamous depending on who you ask. It was true, the Shinsengumi blues brought recognition, but was also a double-edged sword. Sometimes they commanded obedience or respect, but sometimes the response was less pleasant. Their uniform had become a symbol, but there was some argument among the Shinsengumi whether or not they should adopt a new uniform. Some people, such as Ito, just felt that the uniform should be changed because it wasn't fashionable. Is Ito back from the Imperial territories yet? Yeah, I think so. Can't say I'd minded if he'd stayed out there, though. He went to go recruit some of his friends and acquaintances, right? That's what he says, but I gotta wonder how far he really went now. How far? What do you mean? If he went out and past the Imperial territories, he must really care about the Shinsengumi, right? After all, to go that far would be quite a trip just to get more recruits. Okita, however, didn't seem to think so. That's what you think? Am I wrong? No, not really. Okita stopped and gazed off into space for a moment. When he spoke, it was to himself. Kando's too nice. He should just kill Ito. Okita! He had a tendency to talk of killing too easily and too lightly, but how could you joke about killing one of your companions? He let his eyes slide to mine and gave me a small sigh. A companion, huh? The scorn in his voice wasn't for me, it was for Ito. Ever since he'd first arrived, Okita and the rest of the captains had never seemed to like Ito much, but I was surprised that he would say something like that when anyone could have heard. I glanced around to make sure no one had been paying attention. What? In the crowd there was a face I'd seen before. Kaoru! The face that looked back could easily have been mine. There was no way I could have ever mistaken that face. But no sooner had I spotted her than she disappeared, melding into the crowd. Kaoru! Hey! He made a grab for my arm, but I already moved out of his reach. I might get in trouble for it, but if I didn't go quickly, I'd lose her. Sorry, Okita, that's something I have to do. I caught a glimpse of his confused face as I ducked into the crowd. How many times do I have to tell her not to run off without permission? Why can't you look at this from my point of view? I don't know. Guess I want you to come chasing after me. Because I love you. And you love me too, you just don't want to admit it. I ran through the crowd as fast as I could, bobbing and weaving around citizens going about their business until I last caught up to her. She was Kaoru, no mistake. Kaoru, do you remember me? Yes, you were with the Shinsengumi, I remember you. She looked surprised. You ran after me so suddenly, it scared me. I'm sorry about that, but there's something I wanted to ask you. I realized belatedly that I didn't know what I planned to do with her answer once I had it, but I knew I had to ask. One of the Shinsengumi saw a girl who looked like me at the Sanjio Osashi Bridge a while ago. Could that have been you? I don't know. I don't go to the Sanjio Osashi very often. Is that a problem? She laughed politely. Oh. Did you want to ask if I'd even been there that night? Could it be? Could Kaoru really have been the girl who interrupted the Shinsengumi that night? If it was an autumn night and you got in Shinsengumi's way, then you and I are gonna need to have a little talk. I don't want to give away any details, but it ends with your death. Oh, Okita! I hadn't realized he caught up to me so quickly. Oh, you're Okita from the Shinsengumi. Thank you for helping me the other day. She bowed, but Okita didn't seem to notice. So, you're gonna answer the question, were you there that night? Okita wore the same half-smile he always did, but his body was tight as a bowstring, ready to have his blade in hand at a moment's notice. My death, please don't say scary things like that. Lots of people pass by Sanjio Osashi during the day. At night, though, I don't go near it because of the notice board stuff. It was almost as if she'd read my mind. I can't believe you'd suspect me just because my face looks like somebody else's. I don't know anything. Of course, I understand. She looked so sad, I felt like I had to say something. I knew it wasn't you. After all, how could a normal girl do anything to the men of the Shinsengumi? Okita seemed less convinced. His eyes shifted to me. And why do you say that? Because she's a girl? Because she looks like you? No, that's not it. I couldn't bring myself to admit that he was exactly right. I assumed Kauda couldn't possibly have done it simply because she was a girl. Can I go now? Excuse me. Kauda. She turned and ducked away, disappearing into the crowd. Had I done the right thing, I wondered, in covering for her? I was pondering whether or not I should give her a chase again when I heard Okita begin to cough. Okita, are you okay? He was bent nearly double and coughing uncontrollably, his entire body shaking with each cough. Okita! Stay back! As I stepped towards him, he threw out a hand and twisted his face upwards to glare at me. What? Fine, so just stay there, okay? It was the sheer force of his personality that stopped me, not just his words. After a while, his coughing slowed, then subsided entirely. Okita, is something wrong? Like what? When he turned to look at me this time, his sardonic half-smile was back. He looked every part of the usual Okita, except that he'd grown frighteningly pale. I mean, why don't we find somewhere to rest? You look like you were in a lot of pain. Oh, I was just tired. I mean, you did make me run all the way here. But... No buts. I'm fine. Now? His expression was suddenly hard. About the girl, asking about the thing with the notice board was important, I agree with you. Good then. We needed to know if she was an enemy of the Shinsengumi or not. I needed to know. But even... No. Because of how important that is, she shouldn't have run off on your own like that. What if she hadn't been an enemy of ours? Could you have handled her? Well, did you even consider the possibility that she'd planned to lure you out here? Is that... It's a great spot for an ambush, you know. You're right. She hadn't tried to attack me, but Okita was right. Next time I might not be so lucky. I could easily run right into a trap. You need to be more careful, right? I can take care of you, but without me around, you're just a useless kid. Sorry. The Shinsengumi had done so much for me. I just wanted to give something back. Instead, I'd only caused more trouble for them. Alright, lecture's over. Okita looked tired and more than a little frustrated. I tried to apologize again, but he cut me off. Stop being so timid. You can rely on us when you need to. I've gotten pretty used to saving your ass at this point. A couple more times isn't gonna mean much. He let out a snort of laughter. Thanks, Okita. I love you. That night, after everyone had gone to bed, I lay thinking about what had happened. I couldn't forget what Okita had said. A useless kid. He was right. Compared to the captains, no, even compared to the weakest Shinsengumi foot soldier, I was pathetic. There was nothing I could do for them. It wasn't as if I tried to imagine myself as some sort of warrior, but to have my lack of worth put so bluntly stated was something of a blow. I lay there, staring at the ceiling. I couldn't go on like this. Tomorrow, I start working harder. I didn't want to run off on more pointless adventures that did nothing more than cause trouble. That meant I needed to develop better judgment. And if I'm going to do that, I need sleep. But as soon had I closed my eyes... What? There was a crash from the hallway outside my room. I rolled out of my bed just as the door exploded into my room. Standing in the hole was one of the Shinsengumi's soldiers. Is something wrong? Something's definitely wrong. Can't you recognize him? God damn it. It was dark, okay, inside out, and I couldn't see his face. He just stood there. I felt a chill run up my spine. Did you need something? Blood. I need blood. He was one of the Furies. Give me blood. I could see now that his face was twisted in madness, and his eyes shone like twin fires in the night. His hair glistened white in the moonlight. He was a member of the Fury Cult, and he was utterly, completely mad. I had to call for help. I couldn't possibly face the deranged superhuman monster on my own. No, I couldn't call for help. If I did, the secrets of the Furies would get out. That would be bad for the Shinsengumi. I had to find another way. The Fury, unfortunately, was not similarly incubed by doubts. The sword hissed through the air, and I felt the metal of its blade burn into the flesh of my arm. Blood sprang from the cut. I pressed down on it desperately with my free hand, but to no avail. Thick red liquid spilled between my fingers, fled down my arm onto the floor. Yes, blood. Give me blood. He began to creep towards me, his movements odd and jerky like a massive spider. I backed away from him until my back hit the wall. I was going to die. Suddenly I remembered Okita's words from the other day. Stop being timid. You can rely on us when you need to. That was it. My death wasn't My death wasn't worth that secret. Someone help! Blood, blood. He was down on his hands and knees, licking my spilled blood off the floor. There was no samurai there. There wasn't even a person in him anymore. The blood on the floor had distracted him, but I knew that soon that would only last precious seconds. If help didn't arrive soon, the seconds felt like hours. Please, I begged to any god who might be listening, let someone come. Not enough. Not enough. He looked up from the floor. My sleeve was soaked in blood from the cut on my arm. His eyes locked onto it, and I saw them light up with animal hunger. His grin was a nightmarish thing. Yes, that. Give me more of your blood. No! There was no doubt he was going to kill me. I froze. Hey, you alive? Yes! Ichikata had appeared in the doorway, his sword already drawn and shining in the moonlight. Yeah! The Fury spun to attack Ichikata, but the commander's sword was faster. His twisted cry reverberated from the walls in the room, but he still stood despite the wound Ichikata had given him, sword still in hand. Get over here, now! Yes! I ran to his side. I heard other footsteps pounding down the hallways. As in a mere moment, they resolved into the figures of the other captains. Shit, this is bad. I don't think he can even understand us. Yeah, he's far too gone. We can't let him live. Some of the unspoken signals, the chorus of blades slipped from their scatters. Shin, Sano, don't screw this up. Who the hell do you think you are, Hazuki? The captain can't take out a single soldier. A simple soldier, even if he's a Fury, he'd have to resign, assuming he wasn't dead. They fanned out quickly, surrounding the wounded soldier. There was no escape. The captains all attacked at once, and the Fury died almost instantly. The excitement was over, or so I thought. But it hadn't only been the captains who'd heard cries for my help. What's going on here? Damn it. What on earth happened to that man? And why is this room stained with blood? How savage! His voice and his face were filled with shock and horror. Why have our captains cut down one of their own men? Explain this at once. What happened here? The captains fell silent. My fault. My apologies. My lack of discipline is a fault here. Sanan! His appearance surprised me and likely everyone else. It seemed it would have been more prudent for him to remain hidden. Needless to say, the appearance of a man he thought dead did little to improve Ito's disposition. Sanan, what are you doing here? Ito's usual composure was almost entirely gone, and he gaped openly at Sanan. I couldn't really blame him. I would have probably done much the same thing if I saw a dead man walking and talking. I will explain later, but first we must clean up this mess. Sanan's face looked tight and drained. As the commander of the Fury Corps, he'd likely felt responsible for what had happened, and he should, as the man who had gone mad was supposed to have been under his control. It's not your fault, Sanan. It is. It's just a side effect of the treatment, right? Nothing you can do. What are you saying? Treatment? What are they talking about, Sanan? I'm afraid I cannot divulge that information. Sanan's gaze slipped to Ito for a moment, but he said nothing further. After all, oh god, Okay, I'd love to be louder, but I can't. I am suddenly, this is a little difficult, but I'm swinging between actually getting into the voice acting and speaking loudly, which makes it better. But then I would have to wait until tomorrow because people are sleeping and they don't want me awake. So I'm just gonna play silently. Okay? Thanks. So yeah, you might turn your volume a bit up in this part of the video. I am sorry. After all, what could he possibly say? How could one admit that they've been creating inhuman monsters in secret out of one's own soldiers? Ito's composure regained at last. He leveled a glare at Sanon. I was told that Sanon had passed away, and you have no reason to doubt that information. I believe that was true. As you know, you've all conspired against me. I am the deputy commander of the Shinsengumi. To do all of this without informing me. I dearly hope you have a satisfactory explanation. If all you're gonna do is bitch, why don't you do us a favor and shut up? What? How dare you speak to me in such a manner, Hijikata, you! Calm down now, Ito. I'm sure Toshi didn't mean snap. We're just all a little on edge right now, you have to understand. Oh, I understand, alright. I understand you're all savages, each and every one of you. I cannot abide the company of such uncivilized cretins any longer. And as for you, Sanon, when you are finished here, I expect to hear why you are not in fact deceased and why this was hidden from me. You listen to me, Sanon. Sanon? I suddenly realized he wasn't just being dismissive of Ito. There was something very wrong with him. His face was twisted in pain, and he didn't seem to respond at all, no matter how I shouted his name. What's wrong, son? The blood? Duh. Sanon, She said, "Oh, get back." What? His head began to turn white. By the time I realized what was happened, it was too late. Sanon's hand shot out like an angry snake and closed around my wrist. Ow! The strength of his grip was unbelievable. His fingers might have been made of stone for all I could move them. I could almost feel the bones of my arm being bent under the strain. I'm gonna turn the volume a little more up. Not much, because I need to be quiet. Ow! Blood! There's blood. His finger pressed against my arm too hard, wiping some of the blood from the cut the soldier had given me. Please, give me your blood. Blood! No, let me go! Stop it, Sanon. Damn it, the smell of blood's driving him crazy. Let it go, Sanon. Man, I can't do all the voices when it's so quiet. This might actually have to be a little of a voice acting for anyone. Each man still had his hand on his sword, but I could see the hesitation in their eyes. It was Hijikata who finally spoke. Hold him down. We're gonna have to get a little rough. Damn it. Guess we don't have a choice. Sorry about this, Sanon. I can't let you hurt Chizuru. Thank you. They moved into a circle around Sanon, their blades glinting. Are you going to kill Sanon? I can't allow you to do that. Ito, it's dangerous here. We should leave this to Toshi and the guys. Come on. Kando, what are... Unhand me! Kando pulled the struggling Ito out of the room and off down the hall. Good. Now we just gotta take care of him. It's not gonna be easy. Sanon's always been pretty strong, and now he's... well, you know. Blood. Yes. My body needs blood. His tongue flickered out to lick my blood from his fingers. Alright, that's enough. Come on, Shin, Sano, let's go! We'll all attack together. Wait. What? We don't have all night, Hijikata. He's doing something. Son, what's going on? What happened? The madness was gone from Sana's eyes, and his hair was quickly fading back to its normal color. Sana! Yukimura, what am I doing here? Oh, thank goodness you're yourself again! I was relieved to see they hadn't been forced to cut Sanan down, but why had he returned to normal? Demon's blood! Demon's blood! Or just blood in general. What the hell just happened? Guess you're as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. Hell if I know. The captains weren't just the only ones confused. Sanan seemed to be just as surprised by his sudden transformation. I see, so I went mad just like the others. And then, all of a sudden, you were normal again. I just can't understand how. How? I don't know. We can figure that out later. We just need to clean up this room. Someone get rid of that body. That floor mat's gonna have to go. And we're gonna have to replace this door. Each of them moved to begin some task that needed doing, and Hichigata turned to me. You. Yes, of course, I'll help too. You're hurt. What you need to do is rest. Since you obviously can't use your room, you can stay in mine tonight. Your room? Are you sure? Do I have a choice? Go. Yes. I have no desire to remain in the blood-soaked room any longer than I had to. It took me only minutes to reach Hidikata's room. Huh? It's morning already. The sun was peeking through the windows, and outside I could hear twitters and chirps of birdsong. Oh, right. The room I was in wasn't mine. I'm glad nobody... Okay, people are gonna look at our room today. That's gonna be problematic. It took me a moment to remember whose room it was, and then all of the events of the previous night crowded back into my memory. I saw vividly the man who'd gone mad with bloodlust. I felt the sting of his thorn, bit it to my arm. I got cut. I looked down at my arm. I'd wrapped it in bandages the night before after insisting that I could handle it myself, being the daughter of a doctor. Slowly I lifted it and moved it in a circle. The cut had bled a lot, but fortunately it hadn't been cut particularly deep. I moved my arm some more. It didn't hurt. It bled so much, though. With deliberate care I unwrapped the bandages. Of course. What had been an ugly open wound the night before was now little more than a faint white line. In a few days it would disappear, I think it said. Well, I guess it's good that the wound is gone, but if anyone sees this... After some thought, I rewrapped the bandages. Unless they took them off, no one would know that my arm was completely healed underneath. That reminded me, how were they doing? I was awake, so I figured I might as well go out in the common room and see if anyone else was. You know what I like? I like that Hichikata has some really pretty flowers here on his... It's so uncharacteristic, it hurts. As I neared the entrance, Ido appeared on his way out. Heisuke and Saito followed in his wake, much to my confusion. Good morning. Hachu, good morning. Glad to see you're safe and sound. Thank you. His mood was almost the polar opposite of the previous night. He seemed now to be in rather high spirits. Okay. Has something happened? Oh, would you like to know? Yes. I won't tell you. Well, you'll learn soon enough. Is that right, Toto, Saito? What? I cocked an eyebrow at... Oh no, it's now. Oh. At Heisuke and Saito. Yeah, I guess. The moment our eyes met, he looked away. That seemed odd. Saito. You have no need for this information just now. Unlike his companion, Saito met my gaze straight on, but his eyes were flat and utterly devoid of any emotion. We should go, Ito. Yeah. See ya, Chisube. And then they were gone, leaving me wondering just what had happened. Whimper, whimper. Are you sure it's alright for you to be up and about already? Ino and Shimada looked up as soon as I stepped into the common room. I'm fine. I slept really well, and I feel a lot better. That's great. I'm sorry what happened to you, though. Does your cut hurt? Well, actually it wasn't very deep. It barely hurts at all. I couldn't tell them the truth, of course. That it was almost completely healed. Oh, I ran into Ito on my way. Did something happen? Huh, you saw him, huh? He frowned. He said something weird, and Heisuke and Saito were acting kind of strange, too. Well, Ito and some others are leaving. They're going to form a new group different from the Shinsengumi. What? Is that okay? He had a meeting this morning with the chief and Commander Hichikata. Guardians of the Imperial Tomb. Yes, I intend to take some of my commanders and leave. We will be appointed official guardians of the Imperial Mausoleum. I've been considering a move for some time now, but after last night's excitement, I felt this was the right time. I knew when I joined the Shinsengumi that my imperialism might not be welcome, but I thought we could work past that. I see now that I was mistaken. Just spit it out, Ito. You want to split up the Shinsengumi. Call it what you like, but I can no longer remain in the company of such savages as yourself. If you insist, then I will do as you ask. You must remember, however, that last night's incident is a result of orders from the shogunate. We cannot allow you to reveal this secret. Then I propose a deal. Allow me to depart peacefully, and in turn I will remain silent. I also wish to bring several of your men with me. Very well, but anyone you wish to take must agree to leave. Of course. I will naturally maintain the fiction that we intend to continue to cooperate with one another, a stance that will no doubt benefit both of us. Cooperation. Fine. Toshi, what do you think? It's your decision, not mine. Then, Heisuke and Saito? Yes, they're leaving with Ito. And confess, I'm rather surprised. No. And would that mean I could never see them again? Don't worry, remember what I said. We're going to keep relations between our two organizations. Kando. It was kind of him to try and comfort me, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible was going to befall the Shinsengumi and its members. They should stay together. Damn, they should stay together. You aren't going to let the men interact with the god, though, right? The expression on his face was likely a mirror of my own. Of course not. He gets to leave, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna let him away with whatever he wants. But is this really okay? Ito and others leaving, I mean. Ito and his men leaving isn't a problem. Ichiga's voice was flat but unconcerned. Although I was a little surprised that Heisuke and Saito decided to go with that snake. I would say it was more than a little. From the conversation moved on to a discussion of politics and the like that was beyond my ability to follow. And what could I have said anyway? The decisions had already been made, and there was nothing I could have said to change it. I got up quietly and left the room. I never thought something like this could happen. I was especially worried about soldiers. What about the feelings of those who were left behind? I wanted to know how the people in the Shinsengumi felt about Ito and his followers leaving. I decided to ask. Someone high-ranking, someone neutral, someone close to the people who were leaving. Which one is Okita, I wonder? He's not neutral, but he's high-ranking, I think, and he's close to the people who are leaving. Save scam. But anyways, I guess that's something we will have to check out in the next episode. The next episode will probably be one of the not so loud ones. I do apologize for that. So, yeah. I will see you in the next one. I truly hope you have a great day. Yeah. Bye.